In The Government and the People, 1939 to 41, Sir Paul Hasluck exposed the administrative heartache and headache caused by the dispersal of the Commonwealth Public Service, saying it wasted time and money, fretted men and hampered understanding, delayed decisions and led to conflict and duplication. It was for this reason that the founder of the modern Liberal Party, Sir Robert Menzies, set about concentrating the public service here in Canberra, deeming it better for the country as a whole. That said, Speaker, Sir Robert Menzies was not an early adopter when it came to the idea of Canberra. I can honestly say that I liked Canberra. I cannot honestly say that I liked Canberra very much, he said. It was to me a place of exile, but I soon began to realise that the decision had been taken that Canberra was and would continue to be the capital of the nation, and it was therefore imperative to make it a worthy capital, something that the Australian people would come to admire and respect, something that would be a focal point for national pride and sentiment. Once I had converted myself to this faith, Speaker, he said, I became an apostle. And his interest and effectiveness in the development of the national capital was later for him a source of special pride. Speaker, what a pity the Liberals and Nationals have no sense and understanding of history. What a pity the Liberals and Nationals have no respect for the legacy and vision of Sir Robert Menzies. And what a pity the Liberals and Nationals have no understanding of the Constitution, which says the seat of government of the Commonwealth shall be determined by the Parliament and shall be within territory granted to or acquired by the Commonwealth and shall be within the state of New South Wales and be distant not less than 100 miles from Sydney, in the Constitution. Speaker, as I said in my first speech, without Canberra there would be no Australia. Without Canberra there would be no Australia. To borrow the words of Sir Henry Parkes, the crimson thread of kinship runs through us all. Those threads are drawn together in this city. They run from every corner of the nation, and the knot that binds them is this House in the nation's capital. Already, more than 60% of Commonwealth government is conducted outside Canberra, Speaker, through service delivery government agencies such as Centrelink and the Department of Veterans Affairs. Deputy Speaker, does the Turnbull government want to spit in the eye of the Menzies legacy, the Sir Robert Menzies legacy, ignore the Constitution and move the remaining 40% of public servants outside Canberra? Is that what they want? Is that their vision for this nation, Speaker? We already know the contempt and disdain that is shown to Canberra by the Liberals and Nationals. We saw it in 1996 under the Howard government, when 15,000 public service jobs were lost in this town. People left this city, shops closed down, and Canberra went into an economic slump for 5 years. Since the Abbott-Turnbull government, we've seen 13,000 Public Service Jobs Acts, national institutions cut to the core, and more cuts planned in this budget. We've seen next to zero investment in infrastructure, with Canberra getting an insulting and paltry $3 million out of a $75 billion spend in the budget. Sir Robert Menzies would be turning in his grave, Speaker, at the bog ignorance of the Liberals and Nationals, at the blatant misunderstanding about the reason for Canberra as the seat of Commonwealth government and administration. I repeat, as the seat of Commonwealth government and administration, as outlined in the Constitution. This ludicrous, half-baked Turnbull government decentralisation policy on the run shows the blatant and shameless pork-barrelling that is the proposed all-cost and no-benefit APVMA relocation is just the thin edge of the wedge. It's either a pathetic attempt to cloak the disaster of the proposed APVMA move in a kind of plan, in a concept, a move that has had a devastating toll on that agency with a massive brain drain that will take years to recover, a move that has taken an enormous toll on product assessments, which have plummeted. It's that, Speaker, or it is one of the saddest chapters in Australian government history, a sad chapter in our nation's history, and yet another sad chapter, Speaker, another sad chapter through bog ignorance and complete misunderstanding of the Sir Robert Menzies legacy, and yet another sad chapter in the history of the Liberals and Nationals. Shame on you, turning your backs on the Sir Robert Menzies legacy and vision. Have you no sense of history?